Hey guys, how's it going? So this afternoon we're going to define the edges of the flower beds, the new ones created in front of our house. So the line right here and the line right up next to the entryway. I'm actually hoping I have a little bit of time left to plant some stuff, but I doubt it. I think these kinds of projects, you always think they're going to go really fast, and they always take a little bit longer than you think, because I really would like to get some mulch down on the ground over here too. I think it would make it look so nice to have a tidy edge along the flower bed and just mulch, even if we don't have plants in here yet. Mulch. When I originally drew out this flower bed and made it so enormous, the blue spruce was still here. The glorious tall blue spruce, which was kind of the centerpiece of this flower bed. And now that that's gone, it's fine. Like, we can roll with it. That's what we have to do out here in the garden, because nothing's permanent and weather can really you know, it's unpredictable. We can't control it. So things like that happen, which opened up a huge area. So this flower bed is now like, I don't know, 25 feet by 25 feet bigger than it was initially. And it kind of is the entry flower bed here. I wanted to plant some really beautiful things. This maple actually made more sense when the blue spruce was here, because the blue spruce was so much bigger and fuller. Now I'm almost thinking we need to bump the maple back kind of behind this stuff. There's a water hose. Let's just walk up there. There's a faucet, electrical access, water access. I was thinking of doing some kind of really neat water feature right in here, which would make the placement of this tree kind of weird, kind of blocking it in a way. So if we moved that back, did some kind of beautiful water feature, and then a bunch of beautiful plantings around it, I think that that would be nice, but I'm not sure yet either. We also have some really nice looking fake rocks sitting here lining the driveway, just to deter people from using this as a turnaround, because that was what was happening. So we popped those in, but the plan is eventually to get rid of the little random white picket fence. I think this is the last little section. Oh, I guess there's one little section by our parking area, but we'll get rid of that. We are going to remove a couple of really old shrubs. So there's an old spirea here and an old dogwood, and then some things that have kind of just naturalized. There's Russian sage is just everywhere. It pops up everywhere here. I think that's a helenium, I'm not sure. Anyway, so it's just going to be a very big open area. We can do some beautiful, fun things. But I think for now, just getting this line defined and getting some mulch down will look so pretty. The white flags indicate where I had the original kind of drawing for the flower bed. The pink flags indicate where sprinklers are. So I kind of flagged that out so Benny's crew knew where to put the sprinklers. And look at this. I mean, the grass is like thick in the flower bed, and buttonweeds and such. That's why I think this is going to take longer than I originally thought. I thought that more of it was going to be kind of like this, like hit and miss. I brought over a menagerie of tools. I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to use, but I will be using the edger for sure. There goes Benjamin. I've got a straight shovel here, straight and flat, that will hopefully help me get underneath some of the bigger pieces of sod. Winged weeder for the areas that are a little lighter on the weed side. I'm not going to worry so much about pulling everything up from the roots today. We've got a rake, and I brought that out just in case I decide to use the tiller. I thought, I wonder if I could just go along the line here and just till everything up. So there's really not much to this project other than just getting out here and getting it done. So let's get after it. I've got a good helper right here. How you doing, Benjamin?
Good.
Is that hard work? Yeah. Yeah, this is a lot harder than it looks. Right now, this soil is so incredibly hard, I can barely get this shovel into the ground. So I'm coming along. This is by no means a finish line. It's just a starting point. I'm just kind of trying to get an idea of where the line of the flower bed's going to be. And then once I remove all of this stuff, I can come back through and do more of a precision job. right, guys, it is a new day. I way underestimated how long this job was gonna take. It makes me laugh now thinking that I could do all of the edging on both sides, all of the mulching, plus planting stuff. Like, I feel like maybe in 10 years ago, I would have been able to get it all done in one afternoon. Maybe not. I don't know, but it's looking way better. Aaron and Paul got out here early this morning to start spreading this compost. I was busy getting some other things done, but it's looking so, so good. Here's a look from the other side right here, just because it's a little shadier, a little easier to see. Isn't that an incredible difference? And I suspect that the line will improve with age as well, because the grass in some spots, it was actually very hard. About where Aaron and Paul are now is where our driveway was. And so that edge was incredibly hard to dig, as you can imagine, because it's just packed down dirt from years and years and years of being driven over. And then some areas, like right here, were fairly easy. So, you know, some areas kind of did this a little bit because my shovel was hitting rocks and such, but I feel like it's a drastic improvement. We decided to go with compost instead of mulch for these areas, at least for the first maybe few seasons, just to help enrich the soil. You know, a lot of this area, especially on the new property, hasn't been worked with any kind of good amendments. I mean, we're adding stuff in as we plant things into the planting holes, but as a whole, like, we didn't truck in a bunch of things to work into the soil. So we figure, you know, top dressing with that, letting it kind of naturally work its way down into the soil is a good way to go. We do have wood chips in one corner that we've been working on, which will break down. There's a bee flying around me. Hold on. Gah! What in the world? Anyway, the wood chips will start working their way down into the soil as well, but I think we're going to cover right over those with compost as well. It's a nice look and it feels good to be putting something good into the soil. So this is forested compost mixed with a little bit of native soil from the western part of our state, which is way more acidic than we are. So I think it'll really help out. It looks really nice too. So after a while of kind of doing the grass edging, realizing how huge this area was, I decided that bagged mulch was probably not going to work for this area. It's so big. So Ontario Rock and Landscape brought us a truckload, which is 12 yards of compost for this space. It looks like we're going to need another truckload to finish it up. Oh, and here he comes right now. There's Aaron with his rake. Rake it. Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? That is a beautiful pile of compost right there. All right, so I think Paul and Aaron are gonna continue on with the mulch while I go do the edging in the other area. Benny's crew is over here finishing up the brick edging. They're doing a beautiful job. So the brickway starts over there, which it shoots you out either to the cut flower garden or to the parking area. Comes right up here to the front stairs, and then they just finished this side piece yesterday. So it's wider than our original sidewalk was. And it's as wide as the west side one is, and it's all one material, which is just wonderful. Finally! And we decided not to continue on with the bricks this way to connect it over. We're going to actually leave a break. I'm going to be doing some plantings along here, but there will be a break in the walkway to access this side and this side in whatever we decide to plant. But this may see some big changes too, maybe next year. So we decided to not put in a brick walkway because we didn't want to go to all the expense and effort and then just change it. What we may do is build on a wraparound porch right here, just pretty much following the porch that's already there, but it'll be raised up a bit, so it'll be a step down. We may move this beam over, and these windows may become double doors leading out, which will completely change this area. So for now, we're just gonna cut out flower bed. This is what I'm gonna work on right here. I'm gonna cut it out, shape it up a bit, and then we're doing a 3-foot all along the new walkway. This whole area is gonna be planting area, and possibly a fountain in here. Not sure. All right, so I'm just gonna grab my tools and start in over here. I've been using the Fiskars Pro. I don't even know what the proper name of the shovel is, but it's got a flat edge on the bottom. Let me show you. I was actually hoping that the Mantis tiller would work and I could just till all the weeds in, but no dice. It wasn't working out at all. Okay, so I started with this one to give myself a clean kind of line to run on. And then this is the shovel I use primarily. So yeah, all I can see is it says Fiskars Pro. It probably had an actual name on it right here, but I can't read it anymore. But that's what the end looks like. Like, super great shovel. It just slides right underneath the sod and lifts it up. Okay, so we'll see if we can at least get that done. I am not anticipating any planting today. I'm just thinking as long as we get this done and mulch and get it kind of buttoned up right there, That's good enough. Guys, it is evening now. Got it all done. It was a little bit more work than I had anticipated. The grass and weeds had grown way further in than I thought. Like in some areas, it was 2.5 feet into the proposed flower bed area, and it was growing thick and strong, which is nice. I'm glad to see the grass growing like that. Anyway, it just turned out to take a little bit longer, but it's looking so much better. So starting up here by the house, you can see this giant flower bed. It's giant. It looks bigger just because that huge blue spruce filled up that entire space there. That's why I had initially, like all the sprinklers, I cut it out per my initial drawing because the sprinklers were put in that way. And so anyway, we'll fix it though. Like we'll fill in all this space. I won't have any problem doing that, I don't think. So it starts up here, both cats hanging out. We're gonna put a couple of big stones just to help with traffic, even though, like I told Aaron, we should just be able to walk down here and enter the grass, but you know how we are. Like all of us like to cut corners. It's a lot faster, so we're just going to anticipate that, put a couple stones in, and then the rest of it, we've got an opening into the Versailles garden that will put a brick walkway in some sort of configuration. I'm not sure how yet. And then we'll have some seating somewhere. I mean, maybe we can use this opportunity to put in like a little like secret patio area if we can get it really thickly planted. And I want to give you a view from the lane as well. I also didn't spend a ton of time fussing with the line at all. I mean, if you look at it, it's pretty jagged because I was trying to hurry. I did not realize it was going to take so long. Look how long my shadow is. We are getting later in the evening here. Okay, view from the lane. So much better. Now we do have a fairly wavy line here. We've got some work yet to do on this side. Chad is going to come grab this gravel that was from the original driveway that used to go through this area. We're going to use that out on the new driveway. So he'll come do that and clean this area up. And I'm thinking, and I can't even remember between yesterday and today, but if I did not mention, I was thinking of popping this tree back, putting a fountain in this area, and then just decking it with plants. Some beautiful stuff. We still have our fake rocks sitting there. We may have to pop them in here for a little while yet until we get more plants in here. So those are just standing by. I wonder though if just having mulch here will help deter people turning around. I'm not sure. Just having that differentiation. Is that right? Differentiation? That doesn't sound right, between this and that. Paul came in, and before he and Aaron spread all this compost, and he pulled the spirea out. And I asked him to wait until after the spirea was out so I could look at the dogwood, and I think we'll keep the dogwood for now. I think it's a nice shrub. I'm gonna have to cut some dead out that was all shrouded by the spirea, but once that ratty plant was gone, this looks a heck of a lot better, and I think it's a nice shape, and I think it'll be nice for winter. Oh, all this good compost is going to work its way down into the soil. It's awesome. This is where the spruce was. Anyway, let's go look at the other side. Boy, I just can't even believe how much everything's changed, and the grass is looking so good in most areas. Okay, right here, flower bed used to start underneath that grass. It starts here now and comes out, swings in, and then it goes alongside the pathway. It's 40 inches wide. I think I'm going to bump that out another foot because this is actually where the sprinkler is right here. But the other ones are further in. I don't know. We're going to have to try to figure out exactly what we want to do and just shift the sprinklers around a bit. But for the time being, I might take this line and kind of just gradually bring it out and just broaden this out just a little bit. This is kind of a nice shape though. Okay, let me walk over this way. Now we went with 20 bricks wide. I can't remember how many inches that is. What we did is we made sure that one, we could drive the gator on this path, which we've tested out. Also, I tend to like to plant things that like to creep over the walkway. And so I know I've got some thoughts on what I'm gonna do here already, and it will go over the pathway a bit. So we thought if I do that on both sides, if we do a wide pathway to begin with, then we'll still have enough room to walk, even if stuff spills over. And I think it was just necessary for how long this brick walkway is and how big this space is. We needed to do something that could hold up in a space like this. And I'm really happy with it. Really happy. And it facilitates traffic. It actually makes our entrance look like an actual entrance. It's kind of funny to watch people who've never been here before, or delivery people try to decide which door to bring things to or to come to, because our house is incredibly confusing. There are 3 doors that look like legitimate entrances. So now I think like delivery people, like regular delivery people have started using this. They come park over here, bring it to the front door, they turn around right here, like they park, they can back up, and then they can get out very easily. It's so nice. That's something we've tried to work on, is like improving the flow. I don't know if that's the right word. We just wanted everything to make sense and for people to know where to go and be comfortable in the space. Something I am going to change, the sprinkler's actually further into the flower bed than it's supposed to, so it's gonna have to move anyway. So I thought, well, the guys stopped the bricks right here, so they'll fix all this. They won't be super strong here until they fix the brick edging, which they're gonna come do here fairly soon. So we'll have bricks all along this grass to the lane. We'll have a very tidy edge. I'm going to go ahead at that point and cut this flower bed quite a bit bigger. We need an anchor here, especially because all of this side is planting area, and I would like to put a couple of good sized planters out here. And this little skinny, even if I broaden it out another foot, I think it needs to be bigger, so it'll come out and do this. Also, this whole area is going to be filled up with shade trees. We'll leave a good sized section in the center for the kids to run and play with their friends, and then we're gonna dot big shade trees all around the borders. And doesn't this brick border look awesome? Benny's guys did an amazing job. I'm thinking also in this space, since I'm gonna I think we'll do a fountain out further, kind of a centerpiece fountain. I'm thinking I can do another one at some point right back in here. Something that's gorgeous, that we can put benches around. We actually sit out here a lot. In fact, Aaron and the kids, I just saw them, they were on a gator. Oh, they're going behind the orchard fence. Anyway, we come out here every single night. We ride on the gator, we come up here so Benjamin can run around. Samantha loves to roll around in her little stroller on all of the walkways. We just spent a lot of time out here. So to have another seating area, especially one with some beautiful water sounds, would be awesome. So anyway, I'm thinking that may be the direction we go here because, I mean, it's under the shade of a locust and this red point for most of the day. Let's take a look at the walkway. So fun to have all this stuff kind of buttoning up. So the brick walkway here, which used to be, do you remember? It was pink gray, all the way down, and it was really skinny. So we matched the width on this one to the width here. And these areas I just have enjoyed so much. Like this side right here, also the west side over here, where the urns are and all the boxwoods, because these are the first two areas I stripped down and made them my own. Kind of did my own thing, and I just really have enjoyed them a lot. Anyway, the brick walkway meets up with the other one there. It's just so beautiful. I love it so much. So that's it for today's video. Just cutting out some flower beds, getting some compost down, buttoning up another project here for this year, and it makes me so happy to do that. Now, we don't have any really actual solid plans for plants up here yet. So I'm thinking of just decking this area, especially the one leading up to the front porch, out for fall and winter. I think it'd be fun to just load it up with fall plants and or winter stuff and just have it be really fun and festive up here. And that may or may not happen, I'm not sure. I would just be happy looking at this nice tidy compost for a while too. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you're having a really great day, and we will see you in the next one. Bye. You gonna go on a ride?
Yeah, I'm gonna ride my tractor.
You gonna ride your tractor?
Yeah, I can ride my tractor.
Okay, yeah, get on it. Hi, Samantha Grace. Hi, baby girl. How you doing? How you doing, baby? Ooh. Are you interested in the camera, huh?